appreciate your patience with my technical difficulties. I am in a new crib, and the internet is spotty here until I get this shit fixed. So, my story is some big news coming out of Johannesburg, South Africa, and the company Cilo Cybin, yes, Cilo Cybin became the first medical cannabis company to list on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, is alternative exchange. According to Reuters news, is the Cilo Cybin company hopes to capitalize on the growth of the legal marijuana industry in South Africa. And South Africa in 2018 legalized marijuana for personal use, and in 2019 legalized CBD. Told Reuters that the global medical cannabis market is projected to grow to about $40.4 billion by the end by 2032, and 12 point, I can't be right. It says 40.4 billion by 2032, then 12.6 billion by 2023. That's a typo. I think they meant to say 40 million by 2032 and 12 billion by 2023. Either way, he says, as the markets mature, we want to be at the forefront of taking advantage of them. Funds raised from the listing will help the company tap into the growing global investment for Wall Street. The company, which was founded in 2022, manufacturing process. Cilo Cybin will manufacture in the Australian market, where it sells cannabis oils, flowers, and pharmaceutical ingredients to about 10,000 customers each month. And some of you with a keen ear out there may have noticed that this is not the first time Cilo Cybin, a medical marijuana company with the name, has been in the news over the last several years. The company fell short of the 50 million rand, which is about 2.75 million, needed to list on the main board of the JSE in 2022 after a failed attempt to list by way of a SPAC. The much maligned method. Many cannabis companies tried to do the same thing during the pandemic. They are also aiming to list on the NASDAQ in the next 3 years. And the shares, which were offered at 1 rand per share, were trading at 6 rand time by the. And I also wanted to note that this is not the weirdest thing. The name of this company being about mushrooms is not the weirdest thing if you dig deeper. Obviously, the whole SPAC thing was shady of them, and they couldn't raise the funds back in 2022. But also digging deeper than that, one of the presidents at the company, Eric So, has been tied to a lot of red flags surrounding this company. I'm not saying that there is definitely a fire, but generally when it comes to first movers in emerging markets, you might want to stay away from them. But we will be tracking this one. A big shout out, I guess, to South Africa for finally moving forward and getting a company listed on their exchange. Hopefully, the ones that come after Cilo Cybin end up being less than this one.
What'd you say this CEO?
What was that on the street? For High Nine News. What's that?
What'd you say this CEO did previously?
A president at the company, Eric So.
Yes.
He was the founder of a company called So. Here we go. Yeah, he was Riot, a blockchain.
Riot blockchain
scheme.
Pump and dump. Okay. All right.
I remember Riot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a riot.
There was a broken.
I'm just gonna say I hate everything about this. I hate everything about this. And let me tell you what I hate.
Bullshit.
Let me bucket out my hate for a second. First of all, the name is stupid and sucks. Okay, it's like it's punny for a second, and then you just realize, what the fuck, bro? You're not even in that industry. Then I hate that they're raising money, and in the article it says that the use of the money they're raising is to tap into the global investor appetite for investing. So you're going to take my money. You're going to take my money, and you're going to use it to raise more money. fuck you. And then on top of that, in this short little article, it says that what they've been doing is acquiring businesses, right? So they are just playing the arbitrage play. This is so Canada 2019. Are you fucking kidding me? And so I've been around for a second. I haven't heard that there's this global investor appetite. I think investors like to make money, and they like to see companies that execute on their business plan in order to make their investors money. I didn't hear anything in here that was unique, novel, proprietary, had intellectual property involved. I'm going to give it 2 thumbs down. They're not getting the yellow ticket to go to Hollywood. For me, it was very karaoke.
Well, I have a couple questions. Go ahead, Simon.
Oh, I was gonna say, Yara, they have to buy the people that are gonna, increase the appetite for these investors. They have to get the big names. They gotta pay the $500,000 a year salaries to some fucking, whoever who was, mixing and mingling with these billionaires during that 2019 period or that 2017 period. And, is like this bohemian Tulum traveling, whatever. So that's kind of the way it goes, right?
So here's a couple questions on this. I'm willing to bet that these guys are banking on the fact that a majority of their global pool are going to think that they're investing into a psychedelics company because psychedelics is a big thing, and it doesn't have the stigma of losing money that cannabis companies do. And I wonder your opinion, Jenny, as well as Rico, on this. If there are investors that do invest in that, if they can claim some type of fraud because of the fact that they were misled to thinking that they were investing into a psychedelics company over a cannabis company.
I mean, if you don't go any farther than the name of the company you're investing in and you funnel your money in there, then shame on you. You don't deserve that money anyway. But I spoke with some of the guys from South Africa in Frankfurt a couple weeks ago, and they're not really buying it either. I think, in the naming portion, I think they probably went to South African Burning Man, and somebody was all whacked out, was like, let's call it duh. So
Fair.
yeah, the name sucks. I agree with you, Yara. 2 thumbs down.
I actually thought it was Cilo. I think
Cilo Green should sue the shit out of him.
Yeah, he should.
I think should happen.
He definitely should.
Hey.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not even spelled the same as Cilo's name.
Well,
yeah, but I mean, it's about pronunciation.
I don't think he has a case.
It reminds me of those pretentious restaurants you go to where they take like one letter out of the word, and it's like Forks without an O, or
you're like,
Sear without an E.
Or a Y instead of an I.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I guess they don't have any branding agencies in South Africa.
I mean, unless the intent is to build all this money up.
Another thing, they're not even South African. They're Australian.
Pivot, but
they're Australian, and they're basing their company in South Africa.
Well, that just makes sense.
This whole fucking thing is shady, and it seems like some colonizing bullshit. Yeah, like the founders, they're Australians.
How's that colonizing? I don't understand that part.
What do you mean? How's that colonizing?
Just saying.
I mean, I guess, Rico,
they're from Australian.
Oh my God, Jason.
To be fair, South Africa is hella white, apartheid and whatnot. But no, I think it's still, Jason. All right, we're gonna go over colonizing on the next one.
All right, well, we're gonna go to a commercial and we're gonna discuss colonizing while we're gone.